Hi, welcome, and I hope you're doing well. In this video here, I'll be doing a speaker replacement on a MacBook Pro A1398. I just wanted to show you the specs and show you the blown speaker, how it sounds like, and we're gonna start the process on how to replace the speakers. Alright, so as you can see here, this is the 15-inch, late 2013. And let me show you the speaker, how it sounds like. So you can hear that my speaker is blown. So let me show you which side of the speaker is blown. So you want to go to sound, and in the sound you can balance off to the left, and that's how it sounds like. It's muffled, like static sound on my left speaker. Let's go to the right. The right speaker is also blown and it's a lot softer. So when I put them in a rack in the middle, my both left and right speakers are just really bad. Alright, so now you can hear that the how bad my speakers are. And in this video here, I'll walk you through step by step on how to do a replacement. And yep, let's go ahead and turn off the computer. While the computer is shutting down, let me turn it around and show you once more. The model number here is A1398. This is a 15-inch model and it's a year of 2013, late 2013. So this is my pentalobe screwdriver. Let's go ahead and remove the screws. You need to remove the back cover in order to get to the speaker, and of course you do need to have the speaker replacement for this repair. I got my speaker here. They are not brand new, they are used, but they're original OEM from Apple. I got them from eBay. You can also buy you can also buy the new version speakers from Amazon or eBay. I will have the link in the description where I get my tools, the speakers. If you want, you can click on those links and they will direct you to either Amazon or eBay for this the tools that you need. Alright, once you remove all the screws, the back cover should just come off easily. Okay, so the cover will just come right off. At this point here, if you want to inspect your battery, you can do so. It looks like my battery is somewhat swollen. It's a little bit lumped. I can feel that. When you press it, you can feel like it's a lumpy thing. That means my battery is going bad. So I do not expect my battery to last forever because this is a 2013 model, and of course it is time for a replacement. Anyway, this is not for the battery replacement video, so let's go ahead and skip that process. What I did was I just lift the connector up to disconnect the battery connector for this repair. Now the next step I like to do is to remove the hard drive here, the SSD drive here, because we need to get underneath to the speaker on this part. So let me show it to you. This speaker right here on the right or the left, I can't really tell. This is probably the right side. If you flip the laptop on the other side, it will be on the right side. So the right side of the speaker have to go underneath the motherboard and connect to that part of it. So we need to remove the hard drive. And then this is the left part of the speaker. It's pretty straightforward. You just have to connect, but then you tuck underneath the motherboard and connect it on. This is the left speaker. So the entire process, you need to remove the motherboard. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. So disconnect the battery. This is the T5. Go ahead and slide the hard drive to your left once you remove that screw to remove it. Now the next step I like to do is to disconnect this cable. All I do is I use my fingernail to lift it up. There's no screw or anything that holds onto the cable. it's just like a Lego, it snaps on. So just lift it up, that would just remove that. Okay, so let's go ahead and start disconnecting the Wi-Fi. I like to make a, let me find my Sharpie. I like to make a little marker here so I know which cable goes where afterwards. And I'll make a 2 little line. This for the far right. I'll make a little dot right here is for the far left. In the middle, I have nothing on it. So that's how I keep track to myself which cable goes where. So just lift it up. And they're like Lego again, just lift it up and it will disconnect the cable. And this is your webcam. For the screen, you want to slide this to your left. So be very gentle and carefully slide it to your left. You don't have to pull hard, just wiggle a little until the cable comes loose. Alright, once you have that on the side, let's go ahead and put that. This is the CPU fan. This CPU fan connector is right here. So go ahead and lift the connector up. Once you lift the connector up, you can actually push this thing away from your body. So it's good to use a plastic tool so you're not damaging stuff. And at the same time, you like to open up the fan. So remove the 3 screws. There's 1, 2, and 3. These 3 screws are holding onto the fan, and then while you're lifting it up, you want to slide the cable away from your body. So slide it to front. I think it's slightly glue onto it, so it's having a little bit difficulty to remove. Okay, now you can just slide away from your body. So they do have a double-sided tape here. What I did was I used the plastic prying tool to separate the tape underneath that cable. Okay, and then go ahead and lift this connector up. There's one connector here on the top. At the same time, if you want, you can dust off the take some of the dust out of the computer. Alright, so this one here is a touchpad. Go ahead and lift it up. And this is your keyboard. Open up that little sticker, flip the clipper up at 90-degree angle, and then slide the cable down towards your body. That is for your keyboard. Alright, so this is for your speaker. Just lift it up, that cable. Let's go ahead and disconnect the fan. So the 3 screws holding onto the fan. And then again, this is the fan connector. You need to lift the little clipper here, lift it up, and slide this fan. Oh, sorry, I apologize. This is for something else. This one here is for the CPU fan connector. I apologize for that. So lift the clipper up. I just use my fingernail to lift it up, and then once the thing is up, go ahead and slide away from your body. So slide it to that direction to remove the fan. Alright, there's a little rubber here. Go ahead and pull the rubber up to expose that screw. Alright, so this cable right here, we need to make sure to remove that as well. So I just slide it to my left. Alright, so that is for the heatsink. We are removing the motherboard now, so that's for that. 2 screws on the top for the motherboard. It looks like it's good. There's one here on the far left. And once you remove that, do not forget about this plastic connector here. So what I like to do is I just go ahead and kind of push this push to my left, and then lift this little plastic up. That's how I disconnect the this plastic here. This plastic bracket is for you to align with the cable. That's pretty much it. Okay, and then now I'd like to come here to work on the motherboard. There's one here. Okay, there's another screw right here. Alright, it looks like it's pretty much ready to come off, but I like to disconnect this LCD cable. So lift the clipper up, lift it up, and then slide the cable to your right. That's how you disconnect them. And this is the speaker right here. It is still connected to it, the right speaker. Let's go ahead and lift it up. And this final cable right here on the left, flip the clipper up and then slide this connector down. Okay, and we're pretty close to get the motherboard out. What else is holding the motherboard? Let's see. We just have to be gentle and slowly slide. Slide the keyboard out a little bit. I'm not removing the entire motherboard. The reason is because the that DC jack connector right here, the charging to the motherboard, the charging part is still connected to the motherboard underneath. All I need to do is just enough room to remove the speaker right here. So let's go ahead and remove it. 3 screws to remove that speaker. Okay, so this is the bad speaker. Let me replace with the working one, the working speaker. So slide it in. Make sure the screw is going back to the right position. Put this on the side. Okay, so let me bring the motherboard back a little bit. While we are working on that, this is the time where we can remove this speaker right now. Let's go ahead and remove it. There are 3 screws that holds on to that speaker. Go ahead and remove the screw. 1, 2. This is the speaker for that. And this one here is being held by the other screw, the motherboard right here. So let's go ahead and remove this as well. Okay, so this is the USB port for the other side of it, and 3 screws for this speaker. Time to remove it. Okay, replace with the working speaker. Make sure the cable is somewhat hidden underneath the motherboard later when we install. And then go ahead and put that screw back in. This one is right in the middle right here. This final screw at the bottom. Remember the board that we just removed. Let's go ahead and put it back. Slide it in first. Okay, now we want to align the motherboard. Make sure it's aligned to the right side of it. Okay, when the right side is good, aligned in the right position, now you want to gently sit the motherboard. But before you sit it down, make sure all the cables are facing up, right above the motherboard. That's where the cable can goes back in. Remember, there's one cable right here on the very top. Make sure that's on the top as well. That looks good. That looks good. Yep. So far everything looks good. So let me go ahead and connect the one on the top here, that cable. Okay, and then let's go ahead and connect the speaker right here. This is the keyboard, this touchpad, the battery. This is the speaker. Connect the speaker back in. Okay, that is that. The keyboard, let's go ahead and slide it back. When you slide it in, you use this leverage to push it back in all the way and then clip it down. Push the clipper back down. Okay, so we have this installed. Again, this cable right here, slide it to your right. You see that little white line? Make sure the white line is pushed all the way in. And then close it down. Okay, slide this cable back in to your left and then clip it down. Now it's time to install the CPU fan. So I like to install with the cable in first. Push it all the way in and then push that clipper back down. That's how you know that. That's how you know where the cable is all the way insert properly. Is to align the white, match the white line. Make sure you don't see the white line. That means it's all the way in. Okay, so this little white screw goes on to the heatsink. Put the plastic nut back on. Close it up. This one here is for this side of the motherboard. Goes for this motherboard. Here's my CPU fan. Again, I just aligned it, push it down. Push it all the way down and then clip it in. Clipper is set. CPU fan goes in. Screw goes in. Okay, so this cable right here, slide it to the top, push it back in, close it down. This screw right here is to hold the motherboard, so let's push it back in. Oh, sorry, this is not the right screw. This one is for this screw right here. This one is the right screw for the one on the right side of it. I like to install this connector back, so go ahead and slide it to my right and then push it down. Just go ahead and tuck all the cables, the Wi-Fi cable back in. Just tuck it in into this connector right here. and go ahead and slide this webcam to your right. Make sure you slide it all the way in. If you want, you can use a plastic prying tool to push it in, if that helps. Close this rubber. Now remember the Wi-Fi. Do not slowly, take your time and make sure you have it in the right position, and then it should just snap in without any strength. You do not want to push it in and bend the Wi-Fi connector. If that happens to you, you're in a big trouble, because once you damage the Wi-Fi cable, you have to replace the entire LCD screen. That cable right there connects to the LCD screen for your Wi-Fi. Install the cable back in. Right, we have that installed. Now we go ahead and install the hard drive. Go ahead and install this screw right here to hold on to the hard drive. And we want to install the battery back in. That should do it. I think we get everything installed. Put the back plate back on. Okay, and then put all the screws back in. Okay, let's see, what else did I miss? Did I miss anything here? I missed one of the screw right here, the white one, which is the heatsink. Do not forget that top left, there's one heatsink. Okay, I'd like to close the screen, and there you have it. So the rest of it is pretty straightforward. You just have to close the back cover altogether. If you have any question, just comment below, and if you feel like this helps your repair on your speaker, please give me a like, subscribe, and comment below if you need help, and comment below if you actually successfully change out your speaker. I'd like to hear from you, and until next time, alright? So please take care. Sorry, I need to close it because my phone is running out of battery. Thank you. Bye.